สวัสดีค่ะวันนี้เราอยู่กับกูรูทางด้านการศึกษาระดับโลกนะคะที่จะมาแนะการพัฒนาอาชีวศึกษาไทยให้เป็นที่ยอมรับระดับสากลค่ะเราอยู่กับเขาแล้วคุณแดนนี่กาวสวัสดีค่ะคุณแดนนี่
Hello
สวัสดีค่ะ Well welcome to our program you are here to give us some comments and insights on vocational education First of all can you give us the gist of what is the trend or vocational education worldwide?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. Based on the experience I've had in the past, I've experienced that several countries are starting to develop the tendency to introduce the dual system from the European countries, which is, however, proving difficult because it requires certain prerequisites that companies are also opted to buy in because it's a dual invest. That's also a dual system. The companies, on the one hand, hire these young people who, on the other hand, go to school a certain amount of time so that they get practical skills as well as soft skills. And this is a tendency which I've been feeling more and more countries are starting to go into.
Well, looking at Thailand in particular, how is the standard for vocational education?
Well, from what I've seen until now, Thailand is actually quite advanced, my opinion, from what I've seen in the past. Unfortunately, I have not seen all of the different skill sets which are available. I've seen mainly the industrial skills. And in those industrial skills, I would say that it's on a moving forward level. Of course, there's always room for improvement. The question is, what is the benchmark one would like to attain?
And what is that like for other countries in ASEAN? What is the standard like?
I would say that countries to strive for out of the ASEAN countries might be, for example, Singapore. I would say there are also countries like Malaysia who are quite on the move. It's again a question of the individual skill or profession which is necessary. Every country has its own advantages or home vocational skills in which they pride and out of tradition are much better than the others. Again, I guess you could say that my perception is mainly on the industrial skills.
What are some teaching materials or technologies that countries, might need to improve their vocational education, in your opinion?
Okay. I mean, we could start from integrated computer technology. I mean, the important thing is that you get a right mix of education with the students, that they can enhance their learning effect. It's important to integrate e-learning within training. This also reduces frontal education time because the teachers can give them certain homework which can be done from afar. Of course, this requires a certain infrastructure. Furthermore, it's important to have the right hardware equipment depending on the education at hand. But the practical skills are extremely important in vocational. If you think about it, vocational education is actually the backbone of every economy. And this backbone needs to have its qualities and needs to be thoroughly trained and equipped for anything which could arise.
And what would you say is the situation now in Thailand in terms of, technologies, in your opinion, in vocational education?
Personally, I believe Thailand is already on a good way. The equipment I have seen, again, based on the industrial fields, there is quite some advance. There have been investments made, but some of these investments are still not enough. It's all a question of course, budget and capabilities, but I believe that with a little jolt in investment and also training of trainers to help those trainers use the equipment properly, Thailand would make an advance within 5 years, in my opinion.
Yeah, we know that you'll be hosting the World DIDAC Asia 2017 this October 10 to 12 at the Queen Circuit National Convention Center. Can you give us some insights on what kind of technologies and products for teaching that we can expect to find that will be considered useful as well?
Well, I would say besides the typical educational equipment in technology or in K-12 or also furniture, I think in the computer sector or in the ICT sector, you can expect a lot to be coming, one of which, my opinion, would be highly exciting, is the virtual reality.
Okay, what's that like?
Virtual reality has one big advantage behind it. You can submerge your learner in a situation which you actually hope they will never come into. I would like to take the example of a pilot. A pilot will sit into a flight simulator and experience situations which he also would never like to experience, but he will never learn to fly in the flight simulator. And that's one of the largest advantages behind virtual reality.
Okay, Mr. Gauch, before we go, is there anything you'd like to say about this event?
Well, maybe I'd like to add one more thing, that it's not going to be a small event. I mean, with over 100 exhibitors, which we are expecting, there's also parallel events such as the Asia Education Leaders Forum and different concurrent seminars. So this will prove as an ideal learning opportunity for its visitors. It is all around education, and I believe that the international pavilions which are planned, such as from Germany, United Kingdom, Korea, China, Japan, and Taiwan, just to name a few, this should bring in a certain color into the exhibition, and for the visitors should prove definitely to be an exciting and learning event. So I can only encourage all visitors and interested in education to come and take a look at what new technologies are coming up, what new methodologies are there, and it doesn't matter what level you're interested in, from kindergarten up to university level, and technology and sciences, I think everything will be covered.
Definitely, I hope it will be an interesting and very useful event for the Thai people and especially for the education system in Thailand. Thank you so much, Mr. Gauch, for joining our program today.
I thank you.
และสำหรับคุณผู้ชมที่สนใจนะคะงานแสดงสื่อและเทคโนโลยีการศึกษา World DIDAC Asia 2017 จะมีจัดขึ้นที่ศูนย์ประชุมแห่งชาติสิริกิติ์ในวันที่ 10 ถึง 12 ตุลาคมนี้ค่ะ วันนี้หมดเวลาของห้องข่าวธุรกิจแล้วนะคะพบกับห้องข่าวธุรกิจได้ใหม่นะคะวันนี้วีนาจงประสิทธิ์และคุณแดนนี่ Gauch ขอลาไปก่อนสวัสดีค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ